Hello, this is Peter with another video. So today I'm going to be doing an update on all the bananas I've got planted in the ground, with the exception of the Musa Rajapuri, as I'll do a separate video for that one. But yeah, you can see here my Manzano banana. Now if you remember the last time I did an update, I put these bamboo canes around here to try and hold the leaf up, because it started to get quite thin and it was quite floppy, and I thought it was going to fall over, but what the plants decided to do in the end was actually just push out the side of the stem, so it's grown, basically formed a new pseudo stem out of the side of the original pseudo stem. So this leaf here is now just going to eventually die. I'm going to leave it for now as it's still green, so it will still be helping. You can see the new leaves that are coming out looking quite healthy, but a little bit pale, so it probably does need some more fertilizer. Either that, or it could also be the cooler temperatures. I've noticed bananas do tend to go a bit paler and get these little spots on them when they're not at the ideal temperatures. But yeah, it's looking good apart from that. So next I have my Dwarf Orinoco, which I planted in place of where the old Dwarf Orinoco was. And this one you can see is doing fairly well now. It didn't grow much for quite a while. It has started to push out a few leaves now. Yeah, the bananas have definitely been much slower this year, although usually here they do grow a little bit more once we get into late July and August. So yeah, hopefully they'll start to speed up a little bit more now. Temperatures have not been ideal recently, but hopefully it will start to improve. So next we have the Rajapuri. So yeah, I think I'm going to claim this to be the best variety to grow in the ground in the UK if you want an edible variety. It might not be as cold tolerant as the Dwarf Orinoco, not 100% sure, but a lot of sources say the Orinoco is slightly more cold tolerant, but the Rajapuri definitely seems to grow better, at least in my experience, than the Dwarf Orinoco. It does seem to grow a bit faster. So it must be able to cope with the cooler temperatures. Either that, or maybe the soil is just different in this area. But yeah, you can see it's looking nice and healthy at the moment, and it's been growing quite well. So yeah, some of the leaves got a little bit damaged from the wind, I think. But what I have noticed is this pseudo stem is definitely been thickening at the bottom here. It was a lot thinner than this a month ago. So yeah, it's definitely starting to thicken up here, which is a good sign. And I think the growth rate of this banana will accelerate now, as we're getting towards the end of July when I'm recording this video. So here on the end is a recently planted banana. This is a Dwarf Brazilian. So this one I've been growing in a pot for a while, a couple of years now. Actually, probably more than a couple. I've had it quite a long time, but it tends to grow very slowly indoors and then die back over winter. Decided to plant this one, and I've got another one which I've kept in a pot for now. But my theory with this one is it's quite similar. I think it's in a similar family to the Rajapuri, so I'm hoping it will do just as well. And it does seem to have been growing quite well since I planted it, and it's getting these nice leaf markings similar to the Cavendish bananas, but yeah, you can tell it's a different one because you get this nice red coloration on the midrib. Yeah, so it's definitely not a Cavendish. It's more cold tolerant than the Cavendish. But yeah, it's definitely looking nice and healthy. I'm hoping to see how this progresses over the next few weeks. And I'll show you the other one I've got in a pot, because there's something interesting to show with that as well. I'm not going to show all the potted bananas today though, there's too many to cover. So over here I planted my other Rajapuri banana. So this was the pup from my other one, which I separated over winter, and then yeah, I planted it probably about a month ago now. When you first plant your bananas, you'll notice they won't really do much for the first month or so. Then they'll start to grow a lot faster once they've got the roots settled. Yeah, so this one I just decided to plant as I wanted to give it the best chance of developing more pups, which is my main aim with these plants at the moment. Hopefully eventually to get fruit from them, but I'll have to keep digging them up, bringing them in over winter, over several years to do that. I also planted this here, which is a Musa Velutina. It's the pink fuzzy banana. It has seeds in the fruit, so it's not particularly edible, although the fruit can be eaten, and it is supposed to be quite sweet, just very full of seeds. Yeah, I planted this one. I've got another one in a pot as well, but yeah, I thought I'd experiment and see what happens with it. Speaking of experiments, I planted this super dwarf Cavendish here. This is one I don't have much expectations for it, as I separated it from one of my indoor plants and it didn't really have much in the way of roots. It had a couple of roots, and I just stuck it here because I have quite a few of them anyway. So yeah, bit of an experiment. We'll see what happens with that one. Don't expect it to survive, to be honest. It's already looking like it's starting to decline a bit. Should really have grown it in a pot for a month or two before planting it in the ground. So this is the other dwarf Brazilian banana that I was mentioning before. Kept it in a pot. It is looking a little bit nutrient deficient, and it is growing in a mix that doesn't have any compost in. Definitely needs to give it a bit of fertiliser. So yeah, I noticed just before when I was having a quick look at my plants that this one is actually developing a little pup, as you can just about see there. This is the first time I've had a pup off either of my dwarf Brazilian banana plants, so I'm quite excited for that. I was half expecting it because I remember when I planted these after bare rooting them when they almost died, I remember seeing one of them had the beginnings of a pup developing. That was a few months ago and I couldn't remember which one of them it was, so I was hoping it would develop and push up eventually. So yeah, these are extremely rare varieties of banana in the UK, dwarf Brazilian. I got them, I can't remember exactly when I got them, might have been around 2018 or 19, maybe before that even. Got them from a seller in Madeira, the island of Madeira, I believe. So it was way before the Brexit rules came in, and they were tissue culture plants. Like I said, they have been bigger than this and they die back a bit over winter, but yeah, just managed to keep them going. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the fact that this is starting to produce some pups, and I'm hoping the other one that's in ground will also start to eventually produce some as well. I find they do produce pups a lot faster once they've got established in the ground. So yeah, I'll keep you all updated with the progress of those bananas I've shown today, as well as my others. So yeah, thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified when I do future videos, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.